Well, hello, my lovely friends. This is Tsetsi, broadcasting live from the farmhouse. Just kidding. It's not live, and it's not from a farmhouse. It's just a house. It's in Bulgaria, and I just wanted to show you. I kind of wanted to brag because I have a new project in the works. So let me just show you what's going on. I have this greenhouse in the background, which was built about 5 years ago. And for the first 2 years, when we didn't have any water in the house, that greenhouse was actually working as a greenhouse because Jelio was extremely diligent in raising fruits and vegetables in that greenhouse. However, after 2 years of him doing so, and I don't know where he is, but he could confirm what I'm saying to you. After 2 years of raising tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, and things like that, okra, he basically gave up on the idea of sustainable living. I'm looking for some shoes so I can show you that greenhouse. So basically, after he gave up on that project, with my help, of course, because I did not want him to raise fruits and vegetables in that greenhouse. Why, you ask? Because it's just too much work. It's too much work, it's too tedious, it's time consuming, it's very hard work, especially when you don't have running water. Well, we do have running water now, but we still don't do anything with that because Jelio has other things to do, to be honest, and I want him to do those other things rather than toil on that greenhouse. Okay, now I'm gonna find my shoes, and okay, here we go. I found matching shoes with my dress. Let me just hope you like my outfit. It's just a dress from the UK, like a mini dress with a silk scarf, and the dress is cotton. So I wonder if I flip the camera, will it stop the video? I'm not sure. Anyway, so let me show you what's going on here. So as you can see, there's quite a distance between the greenhouse and the house. And the greenhouse has been through its ups and downs in terms of being covered, because for the first couple of years, the covering, this polyvinyl, polypropylene, not sure exactly how to call it, but it was holding up really well. And then what happened was that polyvinyl propylene covering fell off from all of the rain and storms and sun. The sun basically burned it out, and then from all the winds and stuff, it just basically flew off. So then we helped it by pulling down the rest of the bits and pieces. And now we're sort of at this stage where it's just bare bones. But the bare bones of it are very, very sturdy. So I'm just going to show you. See, when I hold on to this, it's not moving. Like, I'm shaking it as hard as I possibly could. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't move. Which means that it's perfectly suitable for a house. And that's what I had in mind for this greenhouse, because we're running out of space up in that house where I was just at. We basically don't have any more room especially for storage. And I was thinking, how cool would it be for me to make this greenhouse into like a storage facility? Why not? You know, we have it. It's in the backyard. It's in the garden. So why not just utilize it as much as we can? Now, what had happened was there was a person who came and took down all the polyvinyl propylene, basically this kind of stuff, this material he took down. And due to irreconcilable differences, he couldn't continue, but he was gonna make like a concrete slab. And since that time, there's been many people who we have hired to make a concrete slab here in this space, and all of them have fallen through because of differences in opinion, in working styles. There were like 2 people that came one time, and they were supposed to even out the space, the floor, and they didn't bring any instruments, they didn't bring any workers. They said, why didn't you even out the floor, the ground, before we lay the concrete? And we said, well, that's not our job. And they said, well, that's not our job either. What are you doing? Oh, and I'm going to show you now. Jelio is going to pour water onto the partial slab that we have. Can you pour it over there so I can see how you do it? Hello. So, oh, wow. That was, wow. He just did it with one swing. So let me just continue the story, right? So these 2 people, they came over and they said, well, the big mixer with the ready-made concrete is gonna come. He's our friend. He said he will come to this place because we live in a very remote and sort of distant, hard to get to a location. And that's why these big, concrete mixers don't like to come over here, because they cost like $500,000 Bulgarian leva to purchase, and they don't want to take the risk to come over here and, get stuck somewhere on the way, because it's a dirt road and it's very up and down like this, and it's got like puddles, and you have to go over a bridge, have to go over the river, things like that. So the 2 contractors, Bulgarian contractors that were here, they basically said, yes, we have a friend who works at the Tina concrete yard, and he promised he will come and he will pour ready-made concrete. Well, as soon as they started working, I noticed that they don't have any instruments and they're not evening out the ground. So I said to them, they asked me for shovels and things like that, and I said, well, don't you bring shovels? I mean, isn't that part of your job, your work? Like, I thought you were doing that for 30 years or whatever. And they said, no, our workers quit, and it's just the 2 of us, and we don't have any workers. So can you please just either you find someone to even it out, or we just put some gravel and make it sort of even, little bit. I said, no, that's not what we had talked about. Like, we spoke about you making it even first and then pouring the concrete, because they were thinking, well, they're gonna come for 2 hours and then they're gonna bring the truck with the with the big hose and then just pour it and that's it. Well, I got upset that day, and I just basically chased them out the door. I said, just leave. I don't want to work with you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to have anything to do with you guys. I just did not have any faith in the work that they were going to do here. So since that happened, we've been through different people and none of them have come through. Finally, thanks to Jelio's father, who has been very, very instrumental and helpful to us in finding contractors to work with. He brought this contractor guy, and you can watch him on Jelio's channel. I think, did you film for your channel?
Yeah.
So the guy is from Russia, right? Which is like totally unusual. We don't even have Russian people, many of them here. It's very rare to meet a Russian person here, but he's from there. And he's been living here for 30 years and he's been working in the construction industry, in the building and construction for 30 years, he says. And since he's done work with Jelio's father didn't really part with him on good terms, but he decided that he might be good for us. So he brought him here. He immediately went to work. He brought 2 helpers. They extremely evened out. Like they made it extremely even, okay? And not only that, but they covered it with plastic, which is important. If you don't cover your slab underneath with plastic, then all the necessary water necessary for the curing process is going to get absorbed into the ground, and then you're not going to have a good curing process. Now, by the way, if you guys aren't familiar with concrete, I've read a lot about it and I've watched many videos and I've pretty much educated myself on concrete, okay? And the way concrete works is that it cures for 70 years. Some people say even 100 years. Can you imagine that? Can you believe it? So in that 100 years, that concrete needs lots and lots and lots of water. The reason why bridges become very sturdy and durable is because concrete cures underwater better than it cures out in the sun, which is why it's best to cover your piece of concrete underwater if you want it to cure well. But if you don't have any means to submerge it underwater, then the next best thing to do would be just to pour water on top of it, and this will prevent cracks. It will prevent drying out of the concrete, and it will ensure that the concrete slab is nice and perfect. So far the workers have been working out really well. They came, they did their job. They said it's going to take 3 days. Today is Sunday, that's why they're not here. But voila, we have almost half a slab. Can you imagine? This has been going on for like a year for us to keep looking for different workers. Like our best friend also got involved. He basically made like, you see that? Do you see that board over there? He just boarded up the whole contour of the slab, but he just never made it here to pour the concrete. Well, then after that, we had these different contractors come through, and then this Russian guy, okay, Russian guy married to a Bulgarian, has 3 kids, grown children. He's been doing this for all his life. He finally came and he did this job, and I'm really happy. Okay, I'm so happy. Let's see, let me just show you some of the things. Another good thing to do after you have a concrete slab poured is to basically cover it in plastic on top. You see there we have a little sheet that, see, it's already cured. It's nice and hard. It's not coming off on my hand. But we don't have enough plastic to cover the whole thing. So that's why we sort of left it there in the corner. Let me show you. Right here. But I don't know, if you just keep it wet, keep the whole thing always wet, it should be okay even without covering it in plastic. The reason concrete cracks is because you have a bottom temperature and a top temperature and a bottom drying out and a top drying out, with different temperatures and rates of drying out and sucking out the water. And putting plastic sheets underneath and putting plastic sheets on top just ensures that all of this is taking place at an even rate. That means the same temperature, the same drying out time, as below, so above. And so when you have both of them drying out, curing at the same rate, then you don't have cracking. So remember that in your projects. Also, I was considering doing like a dry pour. A dry pour of concrete is basically just laying down some gravel, which we do have, you see right there. We have 2 piles of gravel and sand. So laying down those things and then like spreading concrete from the bag directly onto the gravel that's been laid. But since I don't have any experience with that, I thought that that might not work. And I'm not really a contract worker, you know, but I was thinking about doing it myself because we went through so many people that just didn't do the job, you know. So I don't know how you feel about this. I don't know if you like this project. Let me just tell you about how we're gonna cover the top. So what's planned for the top? My personal plan for the top was, like, initially I was gonna cover it with just wooden planks, like the ones with the just like B or C grade things that are not being used anymore and are being thrown out. Just cover the whole thing with those things. However, I've since changed my mind because there's just no way to control this. And we've bought these little things, which is it's a plastic covering. It's called Duramit, and it's just like a plastic board. There's absolutely no like rebar or metal in it. It's just plastic, which is why it cracks so easily. Like, we've dropped several of them on the floor and they did break, but we then cut out the broken parts and we're left with just a cut out plank of this plastic Duramit. So I was thinking maybe we cover it with that. However, that's also not a good idea because number one, it breaks easily, and number two, what was I gonna tell you? So because it breaks so easily, it might not work out. Only because if there is like a big wind or a tornado or something coming through again through our house, it might just lift it up in the air. So the last thing we thought about when we discussed covering this whole thing was composite, like a composite wooden planks, boards. So I was thinking about like cutting them lengthwise in like narrower pieces and just like overlapping them and then going to the top with that. And then of course, at the end, covering it with the asphalt, black, gooey asphalt covering, like sort of like what goes under the shingles of the house. And I think that's the best idea. And plus, because this kind of construction has like 2 layers, let me show you. There's a piece of metal which leads all the way to the end, and this is a guide for their level. That's how they make it level. So you see, this construction has like 2 layers. This is the inner layer, this is the outer layer. So if we cover it with the composite on the outside, then we can put like rock wool insulation on the inside, and then we can cover it with another composite on the inside, but like a lighter one, like something that would look more like a wall. So let me know what you think about those ideas. Let me know about this project, if you like it, if you think it's dumb, if you think it's silly, if you think Tsetsi has lost her mind. If whatever your thoughts are, I am waiting for them. Plus, I've noticed many of you that are watching me are not subscribers, but subscribing to my channel is extremely easy. You just press the subscribe button, which is down here, and it's free. And then you get notifications of all of my new videos. And of course, I've got links which are very helpful. I've got all my social media linked in the sites that I'm posting under the links. So don't forget to check those out. It's very, very important, if you're trying to follow me everywhere, to be subscribed, number 1. To find my Linktree website with all the links, with my Facebook, with my social media, with my X, Twitter, whatever, with my OnlyFriends, okay, with my, what do you call it? Well, I'm not a TikToker anymore, but I do have several other channels on YouTube too. So 2 more channels. You might want to follow those, subscribe to those too, just in case, just so you don't miss a thing. Not a thing. We don't want you missing a thing. Okay? I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying all of my other videos. Watch all of them. I've got playlists. I've got everything on this channel. Anything you can think of, I got it. And also, if you got ideas, let me know, because I could do a video with your particular question or idea. I would like to show you all aspects of this farmhouse, homestead, farm life thingy. Hey, Cleoka, this is my cat, one of my cats. Hey, baby. She's the mother of many of my kittens. I love you. So, like I said, watch my channel, watch my playlists, watch my videos, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your ideas down in the comments. Let me know what you want to see more of, and I will try to oblige. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Mwah. Bye.